All right, all right. Hey, hey. First off, guys, happy full moon. We're going to do a little, excuse me, we're going to do a little highly specific message. I'm really enjoying these the most right now, and especially for the full moon, I would like to go ahead and jump into that. Libras, if you didn't catch it, I also did you guys a red string of fate message in honor of the full moon. If you didn't catch it, I'll try to remember to make it so it pops up on your screen at the end of this. And I'm so sorry, I just had a sneezing attack, so my eyes are still watering and I might still sneeze again. I hope not. Here we go. Specific message, specifically about something that the moon is revealing. Two of Pentacles, the moon, boy of discs. Hang on now. We've got a message that is about to traverse. Somebody doesn't know it. This is going between two locations. Normally, that's not how we would read a Two of Pentacles, but that's how this one is. Somebody lives in a place where there are some kind of palm trees for sure, and someone else lives not in a palm tree place. Also, I'm getting somebody's making something with dates. Those could be date trees as well. This does not have to be a lover, but we do have somebody who wants to send a message. And I think it's for the purpose of, like love, like maybe they're still in love or they are in love, but it's like, I've got to go ahead and I've got to send this message. I don't know which direction it's emanating to or from, if it's a person in the palm tree area sending a message to the other or vice versa. One of the two of them has a strong spiritual bond as well. They're like, even if they're not an avid like church goer per se, they may still, and I'm thinking Catholicism, because I'm picturing like Rome and stuff right now also. With that moon, somebody's out in the desert, so that could be why we have like palm trees, and now cacti as well. So somebody may live in that area. And I have to say, during this full moon, the reason one person is wanting to send a message at all with this like waterfall of emotion is because they feel the pull from the other individual. This has been a thought that has been on somebody's mind for a very long time. You notice we've got the labyrinth up here. I don't know if somebody has walked a labyrinth, or maybe they have like a cool like diagram. Whether or not they've identified it as a labyrinth, I don't know. But there's like maybe like a t-shirt with, a diagram on it. And it's like, if they look close, they might realize, oh, that's not just some, cool looking, spacey diagram. It could actually be a labyrinth. It may have additional spiritual meaning, because even here where there's like a crater. Somebody might be near like a meteor crater, even if they don't know that's what formed like a particular like shallow, or maybe this is somebody who likes to go meteor hunting, but we're seeing a depression. I'm also picturing somebody who's like, they laid something like on a bed and it's kind of like made a nest. It could actually be a white cat sitting in someone's comforter or bed, and it could be like depressing that and creating all of these like outward folds. But it's what captures somebody's attention is like the kind of like the corona, the starburst image that comes off of that. There's something about patterns. We have somebody recognizing a pattern, and maybe they have had a pattern of thought. I just mentioned that we did the red string of fate message, and you notice how we have these two red lines that are like crossing as an arc across the sky. Libras, this could still be very connected. This could be somebody that Libras feels very connected to. Someone's wearing stripes today, or they want to make like, they draw lines, or somebody has like perfection with a pen. Like they like things to be very orderly, very tidy. That could be Libra. I'm picturing somebody is like very perfect in the way they, like write every letter has to be written perfectly. Their signature has a very precise, like my signature never looks the same. Like I'm all over the place, but I've seen people who are like, so like accurate. We have a Four of Wands and we have the Six of Swords. During this full moon, I'm not 100% sure that they're going to take this action, but the Boy of Discs tells me that they are, and that baseball and that, things being thrown like that, the arc of the red lines across, We keep seeing distance. This is somebody at a distance for sure in this storyline that wants to, like lob it or huck it or, chuck it into somebody else's field. And whatever this message is that they want so much to actually say, it is definitely something that could wake up the past, shake it up, open up the mummy's sarcophagi. With that Six of Swords, though, they may think that they're going to open up the past when in fact somebody goes, and that's a final nail in that coffin, and I move on. I'm seeing it's not a Four of Wands that I can have with you. It would be whittled down into like a mere little walking stick instead of this big, beautiful forest. In fact, maybe this forest has died and instead we're just using the wood for something else altogether. Once upon a time, this is just what I wanted, but now it's taken a different shape and I'm able to let go. Thank you for sending me this message. It could be that Libra's going to receive a message from somebody and they're like, you know what? Thank you. I can let go now. Here's that red string. Here's that red string. You know what I almost think this is? It could be that there's an annoyance of like, wait a second. So you still don't know what you want to do? You're going to reach out to me with no more forward planning than what you ever had. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. My asthma's kicking up again. It's that time of the year where the fog and everything, the moisture in the air, because when I'm out walking Aries and stuff, it just gets into my lungs a little bit and aggravates stuff. Ace of Pentacles. You're not writing me with an offer for a new beginning. You're writing me with something that falls so far short of what it should. What I hear or what I read or what I interpret is you don't want to do anything. You just want to keep prolonging things. Look, whomever this is, they are in fact sending a message, but the message is not adequate. It is like, I'm still not ready to be a phoenix rising from the ashes. I'm still delaying that. With this acorn, I don't know if I don't actually get acorn off of this. I'm actually thinking somebody is like eating something with nuts. I'm actually picturing somebody grinding up nuts or something. But there could also be like, that old saying, like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There is something there also, like maybe this is a pattern and Libra's going to be like, oh, so you're basically doing the same thing that like your father did. Your father couldn't decide what to do either. You've become your father. You know what you want, but you don't actually want to genuinely move towards something. You want to reshape and maybe negotiate what you should be offering. I almost think somebody must know, like Libra knows something about this person's background or something, and they know how this person operates. Or they know how this person's family operates, and they're like, oh, how disappointing, you've become your family. Well, I got to go. This is Libra saying, I actually am ready for different. I'm actually like totally claiming a new beginning. So let me just ask this. What did they want their message to be? What did they think their message was going to be conveying? Four of Pentacles. Again, a complicated Four of Pentacles card, because what we have is things that rise and ferment and become something of great sustenance, right? We've got bread, we've got beer, both of which, require, activation of yeast and time. And, you bake bread and you got to let it rise several times and punch it back down and then shape it. And then eventually you bake it and then you get to eat it. But it's a big investment. Anything that has to percolate and ferment and those things, they take time. That Four of Pentacles is holding back, holding on, miserly, but then with the promise of, but someday I'll offer a bunch. Someday you'll have wonderful artisan loaf of bread, but I'm not offering that now. So I feel like this is somebody from the past who basically wants to keep Libra hanging on. And if they're not actually sending a message, maybe Libra is just rereading the last, communiques, and they're like, I didn't see it then, but I see it now. They just wanted me to keep holding on. What's that song? I'll keep holding on. I'll keep holding on. I can't think who sings it. Again, like an 80s track. King of Swords. I do not see Libra feeling like I'm going to go ahead and hold on. I feel like I'm going to soldier on. I feel like I am headed off into new continents. If this is Libra simply rereading something that they had already received, they're reading it and they're interpreting something that they didn't see before. Now I asked, what did the writer of this intend to say? And it was like, wait for me. Someday I'll offer something, but right now I'm not going to. And we've seen that, a couple times, like someday, but I want to wake up the past, and yet it has the opposite effect. It's actually making, I think, Libra see things in a light that says, I need to just keep on keeping on. I don't know who's wearing a hat today. It seems like Libra, and it also seems like Libra is the one where the palm trees are. But this is our Libra claiming like their independence during this full moon. They're going to go plant their flag somewhere else. This could be Libra ready to date somebody else, ready to, go in a new direction. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles, and we have all these clocks, all these timepieces. And we've got the bird flying away from the dinosaur down here. So it's like, I want something different now with all those clocks, all that timeline. And this is sideways. I almost feel like Libra's like, I know that it's time that I go ahead and I move forward with my life. It's time. I have to say, Virgo, I did an extended message for Virgo, and this is reminding me so much of the Virgo video, of like letting go and moving on, and somebody who still isn't ready, but man, they'd love to keep somebody hanging on, waiting for them. I don't know. This does not feel. By the way, somebody might really like bread and beer, or be a really great bread baker. Somebody could be going out for a beer tonight. I don't know if somebody has a fetish for watches and clocks and things too, like timepieces. Somebody could be like a collector of particularly old timepieces and such. Ace of Swords, 7 of Wands, Ace of Cups. Everything here keeps telling me, I think this is our Libra, and I think Libra has suddenly cut themselves free, and they're going to go out and celebrate by having a beer. Obviously, be careful. Don't drive bumpy. Don't drive drinking at all. But the reason I'm saying that is we've got that wobbly image there of the roller coaster, and it just kind of seems like that's the only obstacle is figure out who the designated driver is before going out, because I think this is Libra saying, I just want to go out and celebrate. I finally feel really free of something. I feel like I can move forward in life, and I'm actually really excited. We have a lot of excitement here. This is not a sad day. This is Libra saying, now that I realize somebody doesn't really want to lock it down, now that I realize it's not what they're asking me for, I get to be free of any pause that was placed on my life. I get to move on. This is actually really nice. I don't know if somebody has a particular, I'm picturing somebody with a really fancy vase, and then also somebody who's, drinking out of a wine glass or something, or maybe it's a brandy snifter or something. 9 of Wands. This is not a Libra who's wow, I need to go deep inside myself and tuck myself away and heal. This is a Libra saying, I want to go out and hang out with other people, do things. I want to laugh. I want to be a part of the kangaroo race, the rat race. I want to go out and I want to be around people. This could be, I don't know if this Libra is from Australia, but or maybe it's just that, so I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, right? So we're in our winter. Australia is coming into their really beautiful weather. So it could just be the difference in how Libra's oh my God, I feel like I've gone to the other side of the world. I feel like it's sunshine and it's happy and I'm happy. Who would have guessed that reading something, seeing it differently, seeing something that was almost hidden, maybe this is even uncovering an old message that somebody sent and it didn't make it to the inbox until now. Maybe there's some freakish, serendipitous thing where it's oh my God, I never read that. I can't believe that. Can we go back to that for just a split second? Universe, Is that the better way to say it? Because that is something that was hidden. Seven of Cups. Look, it's either just a different interpretation that wasn't, on somebody's mind prior to now, or it literally is something where it's like, oh my God, I never saw that. I don't know how I missed that message from them. I feel like somebody could be like downloading an app again that they took off their phone, like one of the messenger apps or something, and they're seeing, oh my God, they wrote me a message 7 months ago, and their freaking message was everybody's confusing as anything, like, telling me they're so sorry, they're just not quite ready or something. It almost feels like this could be a shocker, that it got put in a different file or got put someplace where, for whatever reason, it didn't download until now. But this feels like either a way delayed message that somebody reads and it's like, wow, that's an eye opener, or this is just finally I read it between the lines and I see what this person actually was saying with that message. I see what they were actually getting at. Can I see anything else about this communication? Because that's the kind of the crux of this whole thing. Was there anything else about this communication, or did we get everything out of that? Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords. I want to be with you. I'm so heartbroken. But in fact, I mean, that is somebody saying how bad I want to be with you, but I'm so heartbroken. There's not like a moment of triumph. And so therefore I'm going to, be with you. Instead, it's, I want to be with you. I'm so heartbroken. And I wonder if this is like, they don't have a solution. They're not asking for a solution. They're not saying, please, can we talk? Can we start this again? It's more like they didn't say those words in this communication. Temperance sideways. It was more like, leaving a door open. This person wrote a message that was to leave a door open. They don't want to say goodbye, but they don't want to ask to come back. But they want like Libra to know that they're missing them. I think that this is Libra going, oh my God, I can so read through the lines on this. You want this, you want me to keep a door open for you. You're not coming through it yet. I just think that this is where Libra goes, okay, onward I go. I don't see this as mean. I don't see this as upset. I don't see this as angry. I see this as freedom. At last, freedom. All right, I'm going to leave this here. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Really appreciate you.